Hi, this is Mark with Mountain Elegance. We're just putting together one of these living wall pieces for a customer, and I just want to make a video to show when you receive this living wall, kind of the care and maintenance of it. As you can see, we handpick the best moss that we can find off our farm, and we try to variate the colors to add to the attraction of the piece. So there's going to be light moss, there's going to be darker moss, excuse me, and we have some reindeer moss in certain places, and then we put our plants in them. When we ship them, what we try to do is, and these air plants will need to be taken out and watered like every 7 to 10 days. So what we do, we don't ship them with the piece, or actually they're with the piece, but they're in a separate container. So we will mark on each air piece, like this individual piece here for this customer, say air piece 1 and air plant 1, and then in this slot where we made a slot down in there with a pair of scissors, and you can add some more because this is a styrofoam base. So if you wanted to purchase some more air plants, you get them from us or for another customer, another supplier, I mean, instead of a customer. You can add these, but we take little small sticks, and in it, like for example, this may say air plant 1, and on the stick would say air plant 1. So when you receive the piece, these air plants are going to be loose in a bag, and they will be labeled or in several bags. And if just our designer, that's how he wanted it, the guy that puts these together, and he had that one just say as air plant 1. He tries to design these to be the most attractive, but if you want to move them or move them into different places, it's very simple to do. All you would do is, just for example, like here's a tall one, and it's been placed down into a slot there that he's made, and you can just put it back in there, and they pretty much stay put. Sometimes in shipment, some of the mosses may get, just due to the Postal Service and the way they handle stuff, may get jostled around a little bit. They're all held in place with the exception of the small pieces like this, and some of the small mosses like the reindeer moss may actually be glued in. And this is just a piece that we're just putting together, and we've not got it nowhere near finished yet. But the smaller pieces will be glued in, so it's kind of hard to move them because they'll be glued down in place. The larger pieces are held together with floral pins, so they're kind of pretty much there. But the reason I'm saying this, if you receive a piece and say if you see a bare spot and a piece of moss that's gone, and I'm just using a little bare spot there as an example, we've not filled these up yet, you can take some extra moss, and I will send that to each customer, especially on large orders. I'll send them like a sample bag of moss, and you can just add that in there. I'll send some floral pins, and they're easy to do, and that's just held in place. And if you're not familiar with a floral pin, this is a floral pin. It's just a two-pronged with a little apparatus there to hold things, and it's a general thing that forest use to hold things in place. So that's the way we attach all the moss. We don't glue it unless it's like the smaller plants, and it really doesn't hurt to glue them, but we found that they live better if we don't glue them. So they're all held in place with floral pins, and you can actually rearrange these, but we kind of design these to be the most attractive that we can. And we add little pieces like bark and different things like that to add to the attraction. When you receive these living walls, chances are, now this one's been sitting a couple days while we've designed it. It may get a little dry looking, but just like any other house plant, they're going to have to be maintained by watering them. Just like you do a house plant, you kind of got to water them every day. We include, or will ship, especially with this customer because it's a large order, at least 1 or 2 misting bottles. I advise to water them in the morning and water them in the afternoon, and really soak them down. Now, if you're on drywall, probably what you want to do is hold a piece of cardboard up around the edges because they have living edges. The moss is going to be right down against the wall, and it shouldn't hurt your wall, anything like that. But you would want to put a piece of cardboard there if you want to apply water to it. But if you're on a brick, we've got several in our office, and they're on brick walls. You just water them down, and it wouldn't hurt anything at all. And there are some instructions that I send with each of these pieces on how to maintain them. but they may look a little dry when you receive them. We water them down real good before we send them. We bag everything up, we mark everything, so it would take about, it'd take you about 15 minutes a piece if you've got a larger piece to get it on the wall, to put the air plants in place in the spots that we have them labeled, and to mist it down real good, and then you're good to go. If you have any questions or comments or any concerns, we have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week customer service department. May take a little while to respond as we get tremendous lot of business, and we are responding to a lot of questions, but somebody's always pretty much on call. Sometimes during the night, you may find a lag time and not get a response. If you asked and we're on Eastern Standard Time, if you asked middle of the night, you may not get an answer till the next morning. But we are here to help you maintain each piece that we design and ship out. These are just beautiful, absolute beautiful pieces. They're eco-friendly, great to put in any home or any offices. So if you have any questions, just contact me directly through Mountain Elegance. My name is Mark. I'm the manager here, and I'll be glad to help you with any questions or concerns. I appreciate it. Thank you.